Hello, my name's Gwen. Welcome to your practice. Today we're going to work on a few of our somatic flows that directly affect our neck, our shoulder, our spine. They're intimately related, so we'll be working on our hips as well. We're going to start with a little pranayama, a little breath work. So go ahead and get yourself comfortable on your mat. If you don't have a mat, then choose a floor with a firm but comfortable. So you want a firm surface, but you want it comfortable. So get yourself comfortable, either laying down or leaning up for your pranayama, for your breath work. But you want a clear, open space for today's 1 hour flow. So let yourself settle now. And you can close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, notice how you feel. What does the eyelids feel like as they close here? Can you feel that coolness coming in through the nose, the breeze on the back of the throat? And then as you exhale, can you feel that warmth flowing out? Can you dive deep enough to feel that warmth flowing out? The belly, the sides of the belly drawing in. Stay with that for a few moments here. We're going to center in with this nirvana breath, this beautiful nirvana breath, this pranayama. Nirvana means blowing out in Sanskrit. So I like to think of it as blowing out a candle breath. This breath is used for asthma patients, for people with chronic lung and respiratory ailments. And so for the average person, you might feel a sense of calm as we start to explore this breath, as the oxygen seeps in thoroughly. It unlocks the diaphragm, so the diaphragm will strengthen. So I want you to concentrate on your inhale through your nose now and just feel, what is it like to breathe through your nose? Can you inhale full and deep? And as you exhale, just start to pierce the lips a little bit and like blowing out a candle, just very light exhale through those pierced lips. So nice and easy here. Keep it really simple. A natural inhale through the nose, pierce the lips, and a exhale through the mouth. Notice how that feels on you. Nice. We're going to add on a few little goodies here, and these are food for thought. You may want to use them and you may not. You may stay exactly where you are. Just a beautiful inhale through the nose, pierce the lips, and blow out that candle, and notice how long the breath, the exhale, can become. Let it drift far from the body. On your next natural inhale, take it all the way up through the nose, all the way up. And you're going to pause for a light little 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, blow out that candle. Just a light little pause at the bottom, and then inhale through the nose. Nice and soft. Feel that breath like a wave of breath. A light little pause at the crest of the wave. 3, 2, 1, and exhale, blow out that candle. See if you can stay with this rhythm. Be unique to you. Everyone breathes a little differently. We can control the breath, and this particular breath, this particular controlled breath, it's beautiful to breathe in through the nose naturally without exaggeration. So don't take in too much, just very light. Pause where it just feels good for a 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, blow out that candle. Getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. So explore how this breath affects you. What are those tiny little shifts that are already happening inside? 2 more rounds here. Inhale through the nose, a light little pause at the top. Exhale, blow out that candle. On your next natural exhale, enjoy the descent as you settle down a little more, blow out that candle. And here you're going to dive right back into your natural breath now. Notice what that's like. Breathe in through the nose, nice and lightly. Exhale softly. Feel that shift inside. You might notice a spaciousness, this freedom. Where is that new sensation? Where can you feel that? The back of the rib cage, the back body, the back of the lungs. That breath tends to pull the breath into the back body, into the back corners of the lungs. As you bask in all those benefits, let's set our intention for our practice today. What are you calling into your life? What is that next stage of mastery that you're calling into your life today? Maybe it's something that you're just dipping your toe in and you're just going to sense and feel it for a little while. You just want to discover it a wee bit. Go ahead and call that in. We're going to ask for an abundance of strength, an abundance of willpower and well-being, this abundance of prosperity in all aspects of our life, even creature comforts. And for a moment here, think about what are you most grateful for in your life in this moment? What is that? It can be big, it can be small, it can be it all. Bring the whole bouquet in. Bring it all. And we'll allow this to be the glue, that magnetic pull, that attraction, for that yummy goodness, for that magic and that mystery. So our intention can grow and grow and grow more potent with that pure intent of it spilling off of our mats, out beyond these walls, to all those in need. Let's place it in our heart center and we'll allow it to be the spark to our practice today. Go ahead and allow your eyes to flutter open just a wee bit here. Take in your surroundings, whether your legs are up the wall, go ahead and come down to the floor. Maybe you're laying on a chair, slowly come to the floor, the mat. Take your time. Go ahead and start bending up your knees. Walk your feet up towards the sit bones, hip distance apart. Arms down by your side for just a wee moment here. You can press into your heels, lengthen the sit bones towards, so go ahead and lift the pelvis a wee bit. Lengthen them towards the heels and then lay them down. So here we're going to press into our left foot. Feel and notice what that's like to press into the heel, the big toe, the baby toe. The right leg slowly comes up towards the belly. Help it and cross it right over the left thigh and just let it hang out. Feel the back of the pelvis, both sides. Notice if one side feels heavier than the other. Feel that evenness or unevenness, whatever it is for you today. Then go ahead and take the left arm down the left side. The right arm is going to remain in a cactus shape up by the right side. It can be lower than the shoulder, it can be reaching out, it can be bent, or you might want something under the arm. So you can use a block, a bolster, whatever it is. Get yourself comfortable in this shape. And then we're going to start to play around with the lower half just below the navel here. Upper half is going to rest while we explore the lower half. So go ahead and take a breath right here. On your next natural breath, let the legs gently fall over to the arm. Notice what's happening. The arm is your brake, is your brace. So it's our braking system. You can move it out a little bit if you'd like. Notice how much more range of motion you acquire there. If that doesn't feel safe or a very safe spot, there's too much sensation, go ahead and move the arm maybe halfway in. Maybe that feels pretty yummy. So start to just explore all the sensation in the back of the pelvis, the side of the tush, the outer leg, maybe it's the rib cage for you. Once you build that trust and you're feeling that fluidity of moving up, in and out of sensation, pause. Then we're going to take the upper arm into this now. I'm going to allow my arm to rest on the floor, and only the arm is going to move. So my right arm is going to come up just a little bit here. So maybe for you a little bit is best, and then you're going to drag it all the way down. Notice every piece of this. So we want to go a wee bit at a time. Pick a new height for the arm to reach to, and maybe it comes out more as you reach, and then drag it down and see if you can rest in between. Notice the muscles ignite, and then notice how well do they turn off. We're going to do that one more time. This time we're going to move the head with this motion. You'll drag the arm up. The head will roll towards the arm that's coming up very slowly. Notice the muscles that are coming in and lighting up. And then when you pause, notice all of those muscles switch off. Let's do that again. Arm comes up, head rolls in the direction of the arm slowly, slowly. How slow can you move? Elbow drags down, knuckles are dragging, and we can feel our chest, our shoulder working. And then we can feel those muscles soften and dissolve into the mat. Let's bring it all together now. Full body on now. Legs gently, gently and softly come over to that left arm. You feel supported. Then slowly you reach that top arm as we breathe together. The head rolls in that general direction. You might want to pause there briefly, and then gently and softly come all the way back to start. And aha! Notice how well the body can rest. So as we move, we bring the legs over to the arm. You might feel a slight little muscular effort, which is a contraction of the muscles. That top arm reaches, head rolls. You might feel a little bit in the hip, the rib cage, the shoulder. Notice those muscles as you drag your arm back and roll the knees back to center, head to center. Does it feel like a fluid style, a fluid motion with this fluid breath? Finish the one that you're on, and then go ahead and take that right arm up and down. You're going to use your hands to help the right leg come in towards the belly. You can give it a tight little squeeze into the belly, and then go ahead and take that foot down to the floor. Lengthen through that the leg, your other arm, and then the other leg. So here we go into a beautiful little mini Shavasana called a body scan. So go ahead and bring your awareness into the heels and give your toes a little wriggle. And then pull that awareness up into the calf. Notice one side and then the other. And then slowly up into the knees and discover how the knees are feeling. And then the thighs. Can you feel a hum on one side or the other? Or is there a lightness or a heaviness? Or are they balanced? Are they the same? Float your awareness up into the sit bones and notice, is one side sinking down more, or are they even? Is one higher or lower? I like to think of myself as laying in the sand. What is that imprint like? The lower spine, that lower lumbar sacral spine, how high is it off of the mat? And then through the thoracic spine, in the back of the heart center, what does that feel like? Tips of the shoulders, the neck, all the way to the back of the skull with a tiny little rock here from side to side. Feel that tipping spot, a small range of motion. And then come into stillness, feel the quality of your body. Take a breath there. And then go ahead and bend up your knees once again. Other side. We'll press into the right foot. Hang on to the left and let it come all the way up and over. And just let it hang out there. Feel what it's like on the back of the pelvis. Is it rooted evenly, or is there a little bit more weight on the other side? And just notice what you notice, that internal exploration, the soma. What is that like as we discover from the inside out? All of those sensations are unique to you, this onlyness. Only you. Nice. So this time the right arm will stay right on the right side, and that'll be your break. And now the left arm will come up in a cactus shape. Maybe it doesn't feel good with the elbow up, so you bring it down. Maybe that doesn't feel good, so you pull in a blanket and you bring the floor to you. You raise it up. Whatever feels good for you, please make those adjustments. And then you can either move right in here or start to play with the legs. The lower half can start to move, or you can bring both sides in. Yogi's choice. So I'm breaking it up here. My legs are gently swaying to the direction of my right arm. I'm going to move my right arm in different spots, a little bit outward. As I do, I like to feel the muscles turn on. And then what are they like when they turn off? And can they? How long does that take? What is that like today? Are my neck muscles coming in? Are my shoulder muscles coming in for this lower half? Maybe even the face muscles are coming in. Notice all of those areas of the body. I like to think of them as a family of muscles that are required for this movement. And then we can bring it all together when you're ready. So very softly the legs can gently come on over to that arm. You can reach up through that left arm, and then the head can slowly roll in that general direction. Hands can reach out if it feels good to stretch. And then slowly, slowly coming back to your start. Allow the muscles to melt and turn off. Move both arms maybe a little bit this way, a little bit that way, and then come on back into it. Legs sway over, arm reaches, head rolls. Maybe it's a nice big inhale as you reach, and exhale as you come back to center. Know that you don't have to marry the breath with the movement, but if it feels super yummy, then please do. So you can inhale in that stillness. You can exhale and the leg can come over to the arm. Inhale, reach through that left arm, head rolls. And then maybe exhale back to center. How well do those muscles come into that beautiful spongy softness? So you can finish the one that you're on. Feel that fluidity. Feel your range of motion today in this moment. This uniqueness of you. And then go ahead and take the left arm up and over and help the left leg come in towards the belly. Give it a light little squeeze into the left side. That's your descending colon right there. Give it a little hello and then bring the foot down to the mat. Arms down. Extend through one leg and then the other. Into our body scan, give the toes a little wriggle. You can rest the hands on the belly or knuckles heavy here. And discover what it's like again as you root your awareness in the heels. Notice what the heels are doing, how heavy they are, the sensation of the feet, the soles of the feet. Draw your awareness into the calf. Pour it into the knees. Pull it into the upper leg. Sit bones, feel that weight. Pulls up into the lower spine. And like a wave of awareness pours into the back of the heart. Broad and wide through the shoulders. Feel the breeze on the back of the throat of the breath. How wide does the neck feel? And then go ahead and rock the back of the skull just super lightly here. Feel the tipping spot. And then come into that quiet, that stillness, and just a beautiful breath, super easy, just a cleansing breath in and a rinsing breath out. Maybe one more of those. Feel the quality of your body here. And then now we're going to slowly bend up the knees. We're going to come into the spine, neck, hip exploration. My teacher, Mr. James Knight, this is part of his cat stretch series. So you're going to roll over to your side body. I'm on my left side. Use your lower arm as a pillow. Rest the top leg onto the bottom leg. I've made a few modifications of this one for the neck. So these are going to be food for thought if you're following. So I want you, when I say food for thought, you can do it or not. It's always yogi's choice. Please do never put up with your neck and your shoulders with any of these flows. So have the eyes closed once you have the gist of this movement. If your neck is super sore, I'm going to show you a little modification of what to do. Here you can either bring a blanket in for your head and reach the arm out. If that's still too much, go ahead and sit up just a little bit. You can take your blocks end to end and use your blanket or pillow or a couple blankets underneath the rib cage. You want it far enough away from where you're going to lay your head, so about a foot. I like to measure it with the block, so it's about a block's length. And then you lay the arm down so that that lower shoulder can sink down and it has plenty of space, especially if you're feeling really sore in that area. And then as you do this flow daily, it will embed and you'll have a lot more freedom happening, a lot more hydration, more strength and range of motion happening. And then you can take these props away eventually. So I'm going to do this without the props. This lower arm is going to come out and the top arm is going to reach up and over and coil over the crown of my head, touching that bottom ear. So now my knuckles are my new pillow. Feel the bottom half. We're going to start with the bottom half. So rest the top leg on the bottom. Inner knees are velcroed. So just like they're glued together with a light little press. Press those inner knees together and go ahead. That turns on a few of the muscles of the hip. Maybe the inseam you'll notice, the belly. And then that top baby toe edge floats up. Feel all the muscles of the tush. And then float it down, and as you find that support of the lower leg, let the muscles relax and soften. Two or three more times, pick a new height for that top foot to explore. As it comes down and finds that support, let the muscles turn off, and how well do they do so? Rest as much as you need to. Maybe you only do one. Remember, these are invitations, so you can decline. You don't have to do 3, you don't have to do 4, but if it feels like heaven on earth, please do. So we turn on the muscles. This is that pendiculation, that squeeze. And then you turn off the muscles, comes down, and you rest and you surrender. I surrender. Let's move on here. Again, these are food for thought. Feel that top shoulder and elbow. Feel that top hip. Slowly take the elbow to move upward. Notice how it takes the shoulder with it. Let the shoulder go. And then take that top hip down to the bottom of the mat. Notice what happens to the spine. Feel the arc. And then let it come down and surrender. We're going to do that 2 more times when you're ready. Elbow comes up, shoulder comes up, top hip moves down. And if I had my hands on your top edge of your body, I would move the shoulder up and I would smoothly move that hip down. And then surrender and let yourself melt into the mat. One more time. Elbow up, shoulder up, hip down. And We're going to bring that all together. We're going to add on a little bit more. So when you're ready, top foot comes up. Maybe the hand that's wrapped around the head lifts the head just a hair off of the mat. And you come all the way down to the mat. And when you do, the elbow reaches up, the shoulder reaches up, and that hip reaches down. And then relax that effort. Just a whoo. When you're ready, explore it again at your own comfortable pace. That top heel comes to a new place maybe. Head comes to a different place. What's that like? Feel the arc, that connection from the top elbow to that heel that just lifted. This invisible arc of energy. As you come down, that arc of energy lengthens through the elbow to the top of the mat, hip to the bottom. And then you surrender down. Just whoo. I surrender. You can rest on your back in a Shavasana, or you can explore one more at your own comfortable pace. Move bit by bit in any direction that you're going in. You don't want to miss a piece of this. How slow can you move? Feel and notice all the muscles that it's taking to come in to do this range of motion. And then slowly come into your Shavasana by rolling onto your back. Top arm comes down. Eyes remain closed. Legs splay out. Feet splay out. And feel your new normal. Allow the body to adjust. Notice the hum and the buzz, this somatic hum. Notice the imprint in the sand, in this beautiful warm sand. Take that inner highlighter right up the center of the body. Notice the right side, all the way from the heel to the calf to the knee to the sit bone. Feel the weight of that lower half. Is it making a little bit more of an imprint on one side? And what is the other side? Is it even? Or does it feel a little heavier? And then go ahead and bring that awareness up through the torso, up through the shoulder, neck, and then go ahead and feel the other side. Does it feel even? As the body finds its new normal and it starts to adjust, it's talking to the brain and the brain is talking to the muscles. We breathe here together and allow. Know that you create this environment for this amazing connection to happen, for this healing environment to take place, this newfound freedom in the neck, the spine, the shoulder, and the hip. Take a breath, feel the quality of the body. Give the head a little rock and roll from side to side, but not too big, please. Feel the tipping spot. And then go ahead and roll onto your right side. So as you roll onto your right side, use your lower arm as a pillow. If this side is sore, use your props and remember how. You can raise the head either on a bolster or blocks, or maybe you'd like to bring the bolster underneath the hip if you have one. And the bolster can be anything with height in your house. And if you have blocks, you can use them if you're super sore today, if you kinked up your neck for whatever reason. It could be stress of exams, it could be stress from creating something new. All these artistic souls out there, we all get stressed every once in a while. So nice and easy here. If this feels super good, to allow that shoulder to sink down, let yourself remain there. And you can do this whole series like this. Arm reaches up, hand coils around the head with the fingers touching that lower ear. From here, you can raise the top ankle up and down and notice what it's like to surrender it. Eyes can close as you lift that top leg up and down. Notice the muscles come in as you choose different heights, different ways to move. So maybe sometimes you move really quick and sometimes you notice, that was quick. I just really bounced up. What's it like if I slow it down a little more and do a little bit of the opposite? What's it like if I speed it up? And if you never rest in between, how about what's it like if I rest a little more for one more breath? So wherever you are, we're going to move on. And so bring your awareness now to your shoulder, your elbow, and the top hip. Go ahead and reach that top elbow up, top hip down. And then relax and soften. Notice what it's like to soften through the jaw, soften through the whole entire body here. Move at your own comfortable pace. You reach the elbow up, the shoulder comes with it, and I see I'm doing this side with props under me, so you don't have to use any of these props if you're comfortable, but I'm going to continue to use them since I've already started. And so when you're ready here, know that you only have to load the muscles if you're really super sore and your muscles are in that contracted state and you're living in a pain body. And what that would look like would be the hand would help the head lift. You might feel the shoulder turn on a wee bit, the neck muscles turn on a wee bit, but not too much. The top ankle would lift, but not too much. So you feel all of these muscles ignite. They kind of light up if we had lights attached to us. And then as you surrender, those lights would turn off and you would notice how well do they do so. Let the body breathe you. So feel that inhale, this effortlessness effort. Just a Know that you don't have to work so hard, even in your yoga practice like this. So this is therapy, this is not exercise. Very different. You feel and notice from the inside out, what is it like to bring the head upward, whatever that is for you, and then downward As you come down, lengthen that top hip away from the elbow and shoulder. Notice what the spine is doing. And then relax and surrender. Eyes are closed, so the lights go on a little brighter. Our perspective is a little bit clearer, more clearly seen from the inside out. Notice how the body breathes. And then maybe one more. As the head comes up, feel the arc, this invisible arc from the elbow to the ankle, to the heel, to the toes. And then as you come down, feel that energetic quality reach to the top of your mat, reach to the bottom of your mat, and then surrender. Let yourself gently come onto your back, move the bolster, move the blocks. Slowly, slowly roll onto your back. If you're in a pain body, as slow as you can. Come flat. Feel your alignment. Notice what it's like from your heels all the way up into the lower leg. Feel into the knees, into the thighs. Pause when you get to the navel center where you'd wear your belt or your pants. And then all the way up to the top, the shoulders, the neck, the back of the skull. A light little rock here. Take a deep inhale and a smooth exhale. And then go ahead and bend up the knees. Reach up through the right arm. We're going to use that arm as a pillow. Press through the feet so the tush comes up a little bit and swing the hips. Just drag them over to the left so that when you roll over to the right, it's a little more easy. It's simpler. Just feels more of an organic movement to move like that. Let yourself rest in this fetal pose. It's our first pose of life. It might feel really familiar. From here, we're going to come all the way over to our belly. So stack the hands. Place your forehead on top of that stack. Wriggle the hips from side to side. And let yourself settle. The toes will come towards each other. Heels will splay outward. There's many ways that you can do this if you have a sore neck. If you have a block, you can place the block under the forehead. If you have a blanket, you can pick different heights for the blanket. It can be nice and small, just so you have some breathing space. Or you can fold it a little higher. So play around with the height and root the forehead where it feels good. I'm going to use the blanket. Then bring your hands where it feels like they're under your shoulders. It doesn't have to look like that, just feel like that. And then we're going to bring the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Towards the ears and down towards the mat. Up to the ceiling, ears and mat. Feel them swim. So they come in this circular motion, or it might feel a little bit more like a forward and back, like this elliptical motion. Feel the sounds, like this grinding inside. Maybe it feels like you're skipping on a record. Any snap, crackle, pops. And then can you go the other direction? What's it like to go a little bit slower, a little bit less range of motion? So the circle will become a little smaller, like a spiraling in. And then from here, gently move the blanket out. Place your cheek, your temple, or your ear down on the mat. Cactus the arms and let yourself settle. Feel the belly. Feel it press as you inhale, and as you exhale, soften, soften, soften. 2 more times like that. Inhale, press. Exhale, soften. 1 more. From here, very softly load the muscles by bringing that top ear up. You'll graze the mat or the carpet with your nose all the way over to the other side. Cheek, temple, or ear comes down. And then you breathe. Eyes closed. Feel the belly press as you inhale. Exhale, soften. Please take your time. 2 or 3 more times. Load the muscles by that top ear coming up. Maybe the nose grazes or you come up a little higher. Feel all that sensation in the neck and the range of motion, and then come on down and rest. Feel the shoulders soften, the neck. Just a I surrender. One more each way. Pick a new height to move the neck or stay grazing the mat. Once you're on your last one and you rested, option to bring the arms down the body. The thumbs will touch the legs, and then the shoulders will sink and soften down, and notice how well they do so. Just let them go. Feel them like they're heavy 20-pound weights. They drift far, far from the spine. You can feel them pull away. One more breath on that side. And then lift the head and slowly drag the nose, the chin over to the other side and let yourself rest. 3 breaths on both sides. A nice deep inhale. Smooth exhale. Feel how well the body can come into this belly down Shavasana. A massage to the spine as we breathe.